We should be live. Let me go ahead and check.
Still not loading for me for some reason.
Well, now we're live, so there we go.
So YouTube is only lying to me, as always.
Yeah. To be fair, the stream did just begin, though. But we are, in fact, live. Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. Ace here, and welcome to today's live stream. And today I'm joined with returning guest Urosocium.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back, Uros. And today we are back with some more Star Wars High Republic. Amusingly, I should also mention the new marketing that they're going with already. On this particular issue, as you can see right in the middle here, a century before the Acolyte.
Such happiness.
So yeah, they are now actively trying to tie this to the Acolyte. It's a bold it's a bold strategy, Cotton. I'll see how it pulls up.
I wanted to ask you, Ace, do you know who Lythero is?
Offhand, no, but then again, I did just, well, no, the name doesn't ring a bell. What's up?
Okay, it's mostly because, look, take a gander at this video. Use the first 3 to 4 seconds and apply what Android 16 says, but with the High Republic.
Okay. So I'll have to look this up. Let's...
Yeah, mostly because that was my day. In fact, I was going to watch this video when you contacted me to read this, and I say, this is a mood. You'll understand later.
Andre 16. So let's see what the quote is. Yeah, I'm not getting that. I'm just getting some random quotes from other people. Well, I guess I'll have to wait on that.
I mean, in the... sorry, it was the first psych source. But it says, what a wonderful Goku-less day. Because, you know, Android 16 hates Goku. It is the same for me with the High Republic.
Okay. Okay, so Nak says, hello, Nak. Now, let's go ahead and get into some more High Republic, rated T for teen.
That is not what I will say, but okay.
Well, according to the comic book cover, it's rated T for teen. Anyways.
I know.
Chapter 5. Or no, sorry, let's get this right. The High Republic, The Hunted. Chapter 5. Death on Shinju Station. To save a child strong in the Force, Jedi Master Keeve Trinnis and her team have staged a daring rescue. Breaking into Baron Bulan's secret base, Lurna D, Tesseract, and troubled Trandoshan Master Skier come face to face with the Baron's sinister children of the Storm. Lurna got away, escaping with the child, only to be brought down by the Baron's surgically augmented Nameless. The former Tempest Runner's life was saved by Keeve, the Jedi facing her fear by decapitating the Eater of the Force. But, with time running out for Tay and Skier, Lurna has delivered another bombshell. She has set explosive devices throughout the station. Baron Bulan is going down. But Tay and Skier will go with him. Way to spoil the ending of the plot of the comic there, Plot.
I don't know, man. I will congratulate these two, because they will not be in this comic anymore.
Yeah, good point. Now let's see how many people had to read the plot of this comic before it got to the general public. So we got Cav and Scott, we got the letterer, so that's 2 people there. 1, 2, 3, 4 different flavors of editor there. That brings us up to 6. Then we have a senior editor 7, an associate editor 8, and then 9, 10, and 11 for the story group. So 11 people had to read this comic before it got out to the public.
The only thing that remains consistent is the number of people that has to either write this crap or read this crap, and they still push it through.
Yep. So let's continue with the pain. Shinshu Station, the occlusion zone. Rumble. Why, Lorna? Why do this? Are you... Okay. So, they're on an enemy space station, right? This is a small team that has infiltrated the space station as part of the rescue mission. And the only person that is there that you're there to save can be easily rescued or can be easily found and picked up. So in that context, why not sabotage the space station while you're at it?
I mean, I am going to give Lorna a few extra brownie points here. They are making monsters in this station.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I know. There are still people in there, but the plan was to rescue and get out. If you see that there are genetically enhanced monsters and that the people here can make more if they are left alive, why are you going to let them live?
Good point. Also, some of that artwork, you know what? I'm not actually going to skip out on talking about the artwork, at least for this panel here. But
no, next page is going to destroy you with the first one. I am seeing it.
Oh, dear.
I accidentally clicked and that face.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil myself. I'm going to see it as it's meant to be seen after we read this. Now let me get my Lorna voice going. To send Baron Bilan spinning to his inevitable doom. I thought you'd be pleased.
I mean, fair.
Pleased?
I wanted to ask, do you want me to voice the other chick so you don't strain your voice too much?
Well, I kind of always gave her the smokes a pack a day voice, so...
True.
I created the standard, I live with it, right?
I don't think I can do that without destroying my own throat, man.
I created that standard, I live with it.
Oh, yeah.
Pleased, at the very least, we should take him in for questioning. I will admit, okay, that actually is a decent point. He is one of the few experts in the entire galaxy on the Nameless, having experimented on them. So if there is anyone that might know their weaknesses and how best to defeat them or find countermeasures for them, it would probably be him.
True. I mean, I am going to grant her that. This is, I think, the first time she has made a very solid point. Don't quote me on that. Maybe she has been smart before. But still, this kind of guy with no scruples and no morals, do you think he will allow himself to be captured, or will he do something else before that?
He'd probably do something else, to be honest. Where's Skier? Where are the others? I don't know. Guess I thought they were big enough and ugly enough to look after themselves. You know, the way the galaxy works for the rest of us. Take the child back to the Ataraxia. What are you going to do? Find them, save them, before they go down again on yet another space station scuttled by the Nihil. For the last time, I am not Nihil, not anymore. And I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I've got to try. That face already.
I told you that face.
I mean, I'm looking still at this first page.
Oh, my mistake. I thought it was the beginning of the next one.
That's probably going to be awful too, if this is any standard to go by, but... Also, I love how this comic is basically just admitting that these people all survived crashing into a fucking planet from the atmosphere because they were on Starlight Beacon.
That is... There are many painful moments in the High Republic. A lot of them. And crashing into a fucking planet while inside not a starship, a fucking space station with no power, no defenses, and nothing else, and surviving is bullshit.
Especially when there are people who have survived by falling out of the space station when it crashed, too. Like that one girl that ended up just waking up on a beach with a mild case of amnesia.
In fact, I remember that there were a lot of corpses, technically speaking, but never did we see any of them being dead. In fact, the one that was supposed to be dead was alive when she stole from him.
Yes. Also, adding insult to injury, I just... since someone tried to talk about or brought up the question whether or not someone could actually use force powers after receiving amnesia, well, thinking about it for a moment, the original Knights of the Old Republic, what was the main character? A Sith Lord who had suffered amnesia, forgot they were a Sith Lord, and you had to relearn your force powers. Because you don't start with them in the game. You don't even realize you have force powers at the start of the game to even find out.
I mean, granted, he gets them very fast, but that is because he had those powers to begin with. He just, forgot.
Correct.
But still, you have to relearn. Not just snap your fingers and, I am super powerful again. For no reason.
Yes. Siege says, wow. Let me read some of the comments from Siege here. Hey, I hope this one is even more silly than usual. Could use the laughs this evening. Right out of the gate is ride the wave of dumb ace. Ride the wave. Wow, she angry as fuck. All right. So now, let's go and see what this next panel has to give us.
First, Siege, we are not going to ride that wave because it never ends.
That is... Okay, I'm seeing what you're talking about with that face. What the
I mean, we go from one phase to the next. And just to think that in the first page, the second panel where she appears, the artwork is not bad, which is rare in this comic. The face is well done, and then you go down one page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember what voice did we give the twins.
Well, I don't know, but let's continue. Killer was mad says, "Yo, welcome to the stream." Killer was mad. She says, "I don't understand their expressions." Lol. I don't either. But yeah, you go ahead and I guess you can voice the twins.
Okay. Okay, Trennis, we got to try together.
Sarat, Tarek, I told you to stay on the ship.
We chose to ignore you, as you allude. We've lived through this nightmare before. In so many ways. You find the others. We'll disarm the explosive devices. The Force will be with us.
And with you too, Lerna. Get that kid to safety. The Force can take a running jump. Sorry, little miss. I know you believe in all that crud, but the only thing I put my faith in is myself. But Trinus is right about one thing. We've been here before, and the last time, The ataraxia was my ticket to safety.
Looks like you are not able to repeat, Mr.
Orbelin, I'm in no mood for a rematch. It's fine. Guess I will have to save the day instead. Please your no subjects to masters. Forgiving Reek for losing the Yakobe you have.
They have packed up.
What have they done?
This is the pattern of speech of the mouse. Do you see the mouse?
I do. Holy shit! What the fuck, Disney? The dude is right here. Just line it to right here. Why are you making it seem like someone off screen said that?
Because we have another person here, but this is again the speech pattern of the fucking mouse. They are not even trying.
No, they're not.
Okay, let's continue before I kill someone.
Hardly my work. Hardly my work requires younger yet. Not dry out period with little or no connection to the force. If I return with the child before I decide experiment on you.
There's no need to be so tough on the little guy. I've seen worse spineless lackeys in my time. Talking of which, dried out, seriously, I'm in the prime of my life, I'll have you know. Fit as the proverbial fiddle.
Sure.
An impression of such interesting toys.
That old thing? Just a family heirloom, that's all. Not your style at all. Also, since we were talking about the artwork, look at the eyes on this panel. They look a little off to you, once again, maybe?
Why is almost everyone in this comic suffering from derpy eyes?
Very good question.
I am going to grant this one thing. This is not the worst we have seen with eyes.
Not by a long shot.
But still, one is looking up and front, and the other is looking at the freaking gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I am in agree.
Crackle, cackle. Ew.
Sorry. Leave him alone, you butcher.
Rikak, you said your mist buns would hold the Trandoshan.
Sister, translate, Oracle.
A shame the same can't be said for you. So we're just going to ignore the fact that these restraints aren't so unbreakable anymore.
yes. And, the fact that apparently we had the fourth person going to search for these people, and suddenly we have the hero here with no fanfare.
Yeah, good question on that. To be fair, I think they said that the other people were going to try disarming the bombs and stuff like that.
True. I mean, going alone, technically, she could have slipped by and all that, but I am not giving this comic anything. If I can help
Also,
it.
wait a second. How would Tarek and Sarek know where the bombs are if they didn't see Lorna plant them? The only explanation is that Lorna would team. The only way this plot could really work is if Lorna teamed up with them. At which point they didn't know she was going to do it in the first place. Or they would have to trace their steps back all the way from where they started to where they went and hope they could find the bombs that may or may not be hidden.
You know the answer as well as I do, and the answer is the Force, because... Does it work? Of course not. Do they care? Of course not.
Siege says the only equivalent I've witnessed in quality was when an artist I once worked with accidentally drew people shaking hands with opposite hands. Basically appeared as though their wrists were broken. Yeah.
But you know what, Siege? It was what you said, an accident. This is no accident, if it happens so much.
Siege says he was rushed and behind deadlines and working on very little sleep, lol. An accident where there are multiple compounding factors. Still silly, but where that was a one-off thing, under very extreme circumstances, this shit is constant.
And it never stops. I mean, we have seen this one that was meh. You know, you can see it without trying. But it was, I think, last comic of this series. The last issue had one eye looking forwards, and the other was like a chameleon.
Mm-hmm. And don't even get me started on High Republic Adventures.
We have seen so much shit.
Siege says these people have zero excuse and nobody corrected them. Yeah, out of the 11 people that had to read the script of this comic, a number of which probably had to also see the artwork, and not one person went, yeah, that looks a little silly. They just take the Ed Wood approach to comic book writing. The approach of everything is absolutely perfect and nothing needs to be redone at all.
Well, with how much they are paying these people, it should be.
The thing is, Ed Wood. The thing is, Ed Wood was famous for at least being passionate about his projects, even if he was a clueless moron. He was at least extremely passionate in his projects, and that did show through a lot of times. Even if the actors themselves didn't really show it through, you could tell that Ed Wood himself had passion. You don't really see passion in the High Republic.
No. The only thing I see is pain and suffering, and no reason for it to continue.
All right,
It hurts so much, says.
Wait a second, let me read this here. Her right leg looks busted at the hip, huh?
Oh shit!
Now that you mention it, it's actually holy shit! Look at the knee here. Just doop. That is not how a knee is supposed to be drawn.
That is another constant. It is either funky eyes or they destroy the legs. You know, my sister, when she draws, she says that one of the worst things is making hands.
Yep.
But everything else, well, it might not be easy or hard depending on what she's drawing, but I have never seen my sister, in all her years of drawing, fuck up a leg.
These guys did it. So let's continue the pain.
Yeah.
Brave words from a tiny Jedi. You've obviously forgotten how swiftly courageous turns to fear in one so small. So young. So young. No! What's the matter, little one? Are we afraid? Afraid, are we? Not for me. Zap, zip, zoop. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Scoot. But let's not forget why we're here.
You must seize these vile experiments. They are not a violation of the Force. The hypocrisy of the Jedi never fails to amaze me. Those who violate the Force at every turn. A Jedi? Is that who you think I am, Baron? What I am? These days, I'm not so sure.
They're trying to present this as if this is somehow a good thing. He is a Jedi Master, not so sure if he is a Jedi anymore. And this is supposed to be triumphant in this comic. You know those films where the hero is unsure of themselves, and at the end you see the hero go, "I know what I am now. I am this." This is the exact polar opposite. This is the Jedi Master starting off believing they're Jedi Master and saying, and then at their moment of triumph going, "I don't know what I am."
Oh God.
That's exactly what this fucking is.
You know, the very sad thing is that this is one kind of archetype that you see and think, I can do something with it. You know, a Trando-san that can use the Force, that is, or was technically, a good person, but he gets fucked up by biology. He is, technically speaking, geriatric now, because it is a disease that comes with age and all that. He's getting confused. He doesn't know who he is anymore because his mind is breaking. The triumphant thing would have been either to give in to his confusion, to his anger and all that, and become a Sith, which would not have been good, but it would have been development, or to regain his senses. Instead, we get to know that he doesn't know shit, and he seems proud of it. We have done nothing with this character except destroy it step by step.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the face is one of triumph, and they seem to think that we should feel happy. I don't know how.
Siege says YouTube hit me with an ad, but it's fine. I've been laughing too hard to skip. Harold says the art here makes me think the person learned to draw by tracing, but never consider how the body is supposed to move. They are all bent wrong. Correct.
In more ways than one.
So let's continue the pain.
Yeah.
Skier, don't give in to the rage. Also, he's using a Sith artifact. You know, a Jedi Master using a Sith artifact.
Yeah. Did you... That's another thing. They don't know anymore how it works to fall to the dark side. Hell, didn't they say that now Sith is basically a slur? They know absolutely fucking nothing about the Sith. They don't know it was a species. They don't know it was then a culture that the people adapted after the species basically disappeared. I don't remember if there are in the old continuity any pure blood Sith that are still alive. It has been a long time. I don't remember. But the Sith have a history. It's not just a fucking word.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, also the dark side of the Force, but they don't give us it, so...
I know! Scrack.
Okay, let's continue. Well, yes,
Stop telling me what to do.
Ah!
Yes, I see it now. What made you die? How far have you fallen? And how I could help you rise again.
Translated from Trandoshan. Skier?
They said, and there, you must return to the Ataracha immediately. The station superstructure is destabilizing.
and will only get worse if these explosives are not disarmed or balloon.
The important one is in stabilizer control, near the primary energy banks.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Okay, I am going to read it, but it hurts right away. We have already located the device, Lorna D. Your expertise for self-sabotage is...
Is what? Sir, don't keep a girl hanging.
This is the mausoleum. Apologies, runner of the Tempest. Indisposed, your friends are happy the Baron will be. Especially as tried to break one of the master's playthings daily.
This guy's a dumbass.
But again, just as I told you, they found the fucking thing with no help.
Yeah.
The Force.
Also, well, she did tell them. But no, they already found it. Fuck! I can't even use that excuse.
Yes, that's the problem. I mean, if you have the smallest ability to write a story, before they left, Lorna will have told them where to look.
Uh-huh.
Easy. Instead, they just did.
Yep.
Okay, let's continue because I am going to be some moan otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
It works. Remember the masteries. No head. The monster has no head. Said we must fight the nameless influence. Remember the bombs? Right? Bombs? Mean what do you? I am suffering so fucking much.
Please let absolutely every fucking asshole in this issue die. Please let this be the end of it. Please, for the love of God. This is our golden opportunity.
So you have people working for you that must know everything they can about machinery, biology, and probably a lot of other shit because they are special forces, more or less.
These guys are very much special forces.
Oh, yeah. That kind of special, yes. But you are telling me that this little shit is there to catch these two. He hears them talking about a bomb. And he's surprised about this. Can you make it make sense?
It's especially bad considering that there have already been bombs that have gone off so far. So he knows there's probably more around somewhere, hasn't actually done anything, and didn't consider that possibility for no explicable reason.
Ace, I am done with the jokes. I want everyone in this station to die.
Me too. All right, boom.
Oh my.
Let's get this pain over with, please.
Yeah, it is your turn, by the way.
All right. Whoosh. Ah!
Oh no, that one I had to read. I say next page.
All right. Brother, or father, brother cock. Father.
Oh, look, someone died. Good.
One person, and it's a character, and it's not even one of the main protagonists. Father,
Exactly.
Rakak is no more. We need to evacuate the station.
Yes. Get the the hangaway hadar. Rick. Mitä sä oot täällä doon?
Beep.
Rick? Whatever has happened to the fool now? You want that job done right.
Click.
Ricari. To me.
So he died too.
Or at least he's unconscious.
Skier, help me lift this.
Are you coming, my friend?
Friend? Skier, please come back. Come back.
Methinks not.
So much for the station's stability. Guess the twins didn't make it after all.
That is cool. And for you. Thankfully, we still have a few tricks up our sleeves. Thanks to a former associate of yours.
Q4, you're operational.
Do I voice him?
If you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, BYRNE needed to install himself from the nameless effect, so he restored my secrets. May the force bless his gelatinous heart.
Bless his heart. Yeah, you sound exactly like your old murderous self. So, what are we doing?
Holding Shinko Station together with Ataraxia extractor beams. It should buy your associates time to escape. And more, aside.
That has to be Bulan. You're going to have to intercept him fast if you still want your prisoner.
We can't. Not with the day in the tractor beams.
Which will do master trainees and the rest of the party.
Stars preserve me. How you people get anything done is beyond me.
Mr. Lorna, where are you going?
E.
Derek, for the last time, Get that creature away from us. Derek, we can't. We sense it's. No. No!
Sarah, Tarek, you need to get off the station.
Derek is gone. Give training.
Gone? You can't mean... Criff, I have Tay. Meet me on the Ataraxia.
I am on my way. Well, are you coming? Good, Greenan.
Urbalin, we're on our way back without Skier.
With how?
He went with Bulan. I wish I knew why, but they've gone. He's gone. Trennis, has anyone ever told you that you give up far too easily? Lorna? Well, someone's got to stop that void-blasted hammerhead, haven't they? Phew. Are you in a vector?
Good luck. Those babies are impossible to fly.
If you're not a force botherer, yeah, kinda finding that out myself.
Wait, here's the thing, right? So they're telling us that they developed a starfighter that only Jedi can fly.
Yes.
It's not completely lore-breaking. There are also starfighters, even in the prequels, that are designed to be flown by Jedi, although you can fly them if you're not a Force user. Wedge Antilles did exactly that, for the record. But why? In terms of the controls, why would you do that? Maybe as a security measure, but wait. I'm pretty sure that they have non-Force users using these things as well at various points, including, well, Lorna here right now, but still, why? Again.
In here, I think used because in other series like the prequel, for example, the 3 prequel movies and that timeline, because the Jedi were much more secular, they wanted things for themselves and to have them secure. But
At least
it makes no sense, I think.
At least with the Jedi starfighters, right? The old lore reasoning was you could fly them without having force powers, but the reason why Jedi flew Jedi starfighters, like in the timeline of Episode 2, was because as expensive as they were, they had technology on board that allowed Jedi to actually expand their force powers a bit. So you could use stuff that would actually be... You could use force abilities that would be useful in ship-to-ship combat for starfighters.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But I think we have seen what you call nothing of that in the High Republic.
Uh-huh. Let's carry on. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, the only thing we have seen about these starfighters is that they have big pew-pew. That's it. So yeah, let's continue.
If you're not a force botherer, yeah, kind of finding that out myself. Then why, Lorna? The best outcome is I swap Baron Bulan for a full pardon. And the worst? Let's try to keep things light, shall we? You can start by telling me where to find the weapons in this crate.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, let's read
Oh,
this
holy fuck! Holy fuck! This is pissing me off instantly, and I only just read this.
Yeah, you have read the first line, right? Well, people, it goes like this.
You need a lightsaber to activate them.
A lightsaber?
Standards are people called Flash Jedi Fighters.
Bull fucking shit!
Exactly.
I did not fucking remember a single lightsaber needing to be used to activate the weapons on a Jedi starfighter in episode fucking 2.
They are making shit on the fly and hope it sticks. Look, I am going to make it very clear to anyone that is new to this fandom. If you make any kind of ship, including a starfighter, that is armed, and you need another weapon to use that weapon in particular, that design should be scrapped. Because otherwise, you only have these fighters used by Jedi and no one else. And in this case, it is not because the controls are crap. It's because you are flying in a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I am seeing down here that she used the ship as a ram. Why? Why do this? I am so very fucking angry.
Head. Let's get... There's so many ways that this does not fucking make sense. Adding to that first way, I have to ask, and Lorna has to ask this as well,
How is this even remotely safe?
yeah, are you just going to just stick the lightsaber straight into the control panel? Blade activated and all.
That is, you are sticking a rod of plasma inside a fighter's cockpit. Do you know what happens, dear writer, if it gets packed in the slightest? You get a dead Jedi.
Yes. The sheer number of ways that this is fucking bullshit.
And let me say this. In case you do this, you know, before you get the ship off the hangar of the port of whatever, if you insert the saber before you get off the fucking platform and it fucks shit up, it is still going to destroy the ship. And perhaps yourself.
Also, I'm going to add this. It also completely defeats the purpose of it being a safety protocol as well, because then at that point anyone could actually get into it and use the weapons if it's just already inserted in there, for one thing. Two, you're just leaving a lightsaber around in a starfighter.
Do you think they will care at this point?
Sadly, no.
But I was going to put this particular example, that is, imagine that for whatever reason you have a ship not only manned with Jedi, and again, for whatever reason, the Jedi cannot get to the fighters and the ship needs to be defended. What the fuck do you do?
Good fucking question. I don't think they're ever going to answer that, though.
Yeah. This design is stupid.
Alright, let's continue the stupidity.
Gah! I'm hit!
Lorna, hit the eject! We'll disengage from the station and... Okay, she's not wearing a suit that has a personal shield, though, to protect her from the elements of space, or lack thereof. Hitting the eject button is a fucking stupid idea at this point. I mean, granted, this is High Republic, so anyone can fucking survive in the outside of the atmosphere now. But under normal circumstances, you would need your suit to have at least a pressurized personal shield to protect you from space itself. That's why rebel pilots during the Galactic Civil War, that's why they could hit the eject button, because their suits were advanced enough to include specialized equipment like that so they could stay alive. Imperial pilots technically did not have a personal shield, but their suits were pressurized, and so basically they could also survive hitting the eject button. They just wouldn't have as much oxygen supply as a rebel pilot would have.
Yeah, the imps are always getting shaft. But still, better than going commando like she is doing, technically speaking.
It's still worlds better than this.
Yeah, by the way, I am going to give her this, and this only. She said the ship she's going after is a transport. Even a fighter could disable it. But she was hoping to have a fighter with weapons.
I know.
This is not the worst of the High Republic we have seen, but holy fucking shit.
This is pretty bad. This is pretty high up there. A lightsaber being required to be inserted to use your weapons as a safety measure is pretty fucking retarded. And I'm at the point where I'm now having just...
And look, I am going to say this because it is very unlikely. But what will happen if you, as a Jedi, are getting on your ship or about to exit it, the saber is on the weapons control, and someone attacks you?
Then you're extra fucked.
Oh my god, this is...
So, are we to assume every single time... Wait a second. Are we to assume every single time that any time a Jedi had to bail out of a starfighter or had a crash landing or something, that they always remember to get their lightsaber before exiting? That seems like another good way to get people killed. Because, here's the thing, right? It's actually a problem with modern-day fighter aircraft where... where pilots have been over-reliant on the ejection mechanism, which is to say that they trust it way more than they should and don't give themselves as much leeway in time as they should. So they'll wait to the absolute last second before ejecting. And this has absolutely gotten pilots killed. Imagine having to do that, but also on top of that, getting your fucking lightsaber out so you can just survive afterwards. Because you're in the middle of a fucking firefight.
By the way, we are assuming that the saber should be active while we plug it in. I am going to admit that a sensible design, this is not sensible, okay, but just hear me out, will have you insert the saber deactivated, which is still stupid, but I am not going to give this comic the possibility of thinking that. So I am still going to say that you insert a rod of plasma in your fighter. So if you have to bail out, that is not going to end well.
There's also the fact that the lightsaber itself, you're still talking about having a lightsaber near the controls in the middle of a fucking firefight. So if you get hit or something and you get jostled around, there's still the possibility that you might accidentally bump into the thing for one reason or another, accidentally activate it at that point, and then you're fucked anyways. This is a safety measure, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and let's remember, everyone, the sabers use a very particular crystal that the maker of the saber has to tune themselves, and it is finicky as all hell. If, like you said, the saber gets hit for some reason, what is going to happen when the plasma bursts.
We're gonna have a really fun time, I'm sure.
Yeah, cooked Jedi. Used one speech bubble has made this comic infinitely worse.
Yes.
Let's try to finish this.
Yes. Please let the pain end. Lorna! Lorna, respond! Come in, damn it!
The Baron's ship has made the jump to hyperspace.
Oh, so you are telling me that she rams into the thing and it still escapes?
Yes! This...
Wow.
This can't be happening. First we lose Tarek, and then Skier. After coming all this way, he just walked out.
Maybe for a reason. The humming signal Lorna T plays on the Jacombi. It's broadcasting again. On a Jedi frequency.
Beep, beep, beep. You think it's Skier?
Possibly. According to the spirits moving, it can only be coming from one location. Baron Bulan's Stormcruiser.
Beep, beep, beep. To be continued. Okay, I also love how they just... Now that this character here has lost their twin, and they're supposed to be alive at the same time, or shit like that, that we're just completely glossing over that major plot element.
Ace, have you ever gotten half of your brain fried?
I certainly feel like it right now, after seeing what we just witnessed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is just making you stupid every time you read it.
I feel like it. I feel like my mind, I can feel my brain, parts of my brain dying as I am reading this.
Oh, believe me, I know. But what I mean is, technically speaking, this character has gotten half of his brain chopped.
Mm-hmm.
And he's functioning perfectly.
Yep. Some might say he's even slightly more coherent now.
Oh, yeah. Because I am not going to say it, okay? Oh, because I was going to be very fucking cruel.
So now they are advertising a comic set during the Acolyte. Just to further advertise and connect the fact that this is set, or the Acolyte is set in the High Republic era.
You mother...
We now have the Acolyte Kelnaka. So we're going to be focusing on the Wookiee that died off screen, assuming.
Such riveting character. Can you feel just how done I am with this shit?
I can. Let's read some of the comments here from people. Holy shit! Okay, so we got this, some comments here. Let's see what they say. Kidney says, "No, Tarek, is it bad I low-key don't believe them unless we see a body, though? Lorna D is having some surprisingly good development." This...
Yeah, she developed into atoms.
But yes, that's another thing. I don't actually believe that Tarek is dead. Because...
Oh my god, the next one.
Howling Wolf Joey says, "Please end it. There's so much inconsistency, not just in story, but in art. Why is Skier wearing shoes? And how did he... Wait, why the fuck is Skier wearing shoes?
What? When? But see, he was always barefoot.
And how did he even control the gauntlet?
Fucking god!
Wait a second! Holy shit, this is another good point. How did he even control the gauntlets if he has 3 fingers? Holy shit!
Oh God!
It's awful, and thank God they cut it out with the non-binary shit with Tarek Sarek.
Oh my fucking God!
You know someone had to actually... You know, there was some Disney as executive who is sick and fucking tired of Cavan Scott ruining shit. That they've decided to say, you know what, kill off one of these two characters, make them one character again, and then we'll see if that actually improves things. I think... Because I've actually heard that we're starting to see some stuff where they're starting to just get rid of non-binary stuff. In existing media, like they've been getting rid of the non-binary representation or whatever from that new Transformers show. From what I heard, funny that this is Transformers that they're doing this to.
Oh my. Okay,
But
the page where you see Skier with shoes is page 15.
let's see, Skier with shoes.
And in the previous page where he appears,
He does have shoes.
let me check. Is page 10 and he has no shoes.
He does not have shoes, but he is still wearing the 5-finger gauntlet with 3 fingers.
This, you know, we did not see this shit because we were focusing on everything else that is crap in this comic.
Correct.
But oh my... I was going to jail and I don't want to make everyone suffer, so I am not going to. But I am very, very angry. And I want to punch I want to punch everyone in Disney.
I know the feeling. I absolutely know the feeling, 110%. So yeah, thoughts on this comic? It is fucking awful. Is this the worst of the High Republic comics? No.
They have tried.
But it is a valiant fucking attempt.
I want to sue Disney for the time I am not going to get back. And thank fucking God I did not buy this crap. Because otherwise I will sue them for real.
I am thinking of... I could probably make a actual argument that this is emotional, that this comic book has emotionally scarred me and causes me mental anguish.
You cannot make an argument if it is a fact. It is real. It happens every fucking time.
Let me read some of the comments here, just to get myself some escape here. Siege says, a Jedi's weapon is his life. Obi-Wan from a more civilized time. Harold says, elements of space, she is Mary Poppins. Harold says, I mean, if I was going to do the job for him, I would excuse that you're supposed to fly with a droid without only a Jedi, and without only a Jedi could handle them. Siege says, what the fuck, that is retarded on so many levels. Why is anything? Siege says, draw your 38 special ankle saber. Don't fucking remind me of the little lightsaber toothpick things, whatever they use to carve ornamentation onto their other proper lightsabers. Don't remind me of that, please.
That. Why? Why did we have to see that shit? Why does it exist?
Siege says, worthless space cop gun rack. Incredible layers of dumb. A character was lobotomized and still functions. Yes!
Yes.
And Siege is laughing, says, oh my fucking god, I'm dead. I had to mention the mistake with hands. It's so broken. It's really shite. Yes, it is. Skier with 3 fingers puts on a gauntlet meant for 5 fingers. He's wearing shoes in one image and no shoes in the earlier image.
Look, you know what? The gauntlet could have worked if you leave 2 fingers to be dead, quote unquote.
You see how fat his fucking fingers are? They're not going to fit into the small little things in the gauntlet.
I am trying to work with this, okay?
There is no working with this. It's Kevin Scott. You cannot work with Kevin Scott.
I want to kill Kevin Scott.
Me too. In Minecraft.
Oh no. I want. Oh, I am.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft,
Yes,
Rose.
yes.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. Please, FBI, don't come for me. Holy fucking shit. This is not the worst of High Republic, but why make such a good try? Why?
Because Kevin Scott is constantly out to outdo himself.
Yes. You know who is the best character in this fucking comic?
The villain.
Well, other than that, because at least he seems competent to a point, more or less. But no, one of the kind of people that I dislike the most is the best character. And this is going to make some people laugh or hate me. The child. Because she doesn't speak and does nothing. It is better than most of the other characters. People have died today, and I don't care.
I was kind of hoping that more of these characters would die, in fact. And I don't
Yeah,
even
me too.
believe that Tarek is actually, or Sarah, or whoever the hell, whichever the one actually, quote-unquote, died. I don't actually believe they're dead. I think they're going to this character is going to come back at some later point.
Yeah, severed from his brother somehow.
This shit, they've been severed from my mind shit, has happened so many fucking times that I do not believe the character is actually dead at this point. We've seen that character die I don't know how many fucking times, and has always come back. Crash into... just... I don't buy that Lorna is dead either, even though she crashed into a fucking starship. Because we've seen other characters survive exactly that, as well as more, in this series so far.
Do you want to bet that she somehow jumped into fucking space with no suit and got inside the fucking spaceship before it entered hyperspace?
You know she fucking did that.
I am fucking done with this shit.
So
I am tired of all these people without fucking seats in my fucking space. Okay, I am done.
Alright. I think we need to stop now while we can salvage what sanity we can. So is this comic book worth reading? No, it is not. Is it the worst of the High Republic comics ever created? No, it is not. Is it god-awful? Yes, it absolutely is. And I cannot wait for this series to finally come to an end. Unfortunately, then after that, we have to deal with an Acolyte comic book series, because of course we fucking do. And yes, I am actually going to list the Acolyte series as part of High Republic, because it is part of the High Republic timeline.
Ace, why are you doing this to us and yourself?
It has to be shown. People must know how terrible it is.
The only good thing about this is that we are surfing the 7 seas of the internet. Because if you told me that you have paid for any of these, I will politely ask you to never contact me again.
Yeah, I have not. Well, am not going to provide any comments here on the monetary value spent on this or lack thereof, for reasons that I don't want Disney to know.
What are they going to know? They are not making any money even when people buy it by the dozens. Because I am so very sure that some diehards for Disney have buy copies and copies of the same thing, trying to help.
All right, let's end this madness here. We've been at this for an hour and 15 minutes, basically. So I'm going to say, once again, is there anything else you'd like to add, Horus?
Kill everyone in this comic, please.
Please. With that said, this has been Ace. Horus, thank you for being on.
No need to thank me. Just pay me.
And we hope to all see you once again soon with another comic. This time a good comic. But in any case, this has been Ace.
And this has been Horus.
Hope to see you all again soon. Take care. Ace out.